I should be reading right now, but no, I have things to say. I have videos to make. Hmm. So yeah, I was frustrated with dishes, rinsing soap off dishes, and bumping my head on things, and being irritated with the cupboard. So yeah, I was trying to rinse this dish off of the soap off it, and then after having to rewash it because I was bumping into the side of the sink. So then I got all the soap off. I don't know what it is with soap. Why is it so hard to get the soap off? Because like I rinse and rinse, but then there's still soap bubbles on me. Same thing with the dishes. I rinse and rinse, but then I still find soap bubbles on it. Probably because there's still soap on my wrist. So I rinse the dish and get the soap off as best I can, and then I try to I being irritated with that. Then I tried putting it in the dish container there, and then I bumped the dish on the fucking cupboard. Yes, I was very stressed out by this, and I was swearing. I think I said what did I say? I say son of a bitch a lot, motherfucker sometimes. Uh, what the fuck? Yeah, I was swearing a lot. Uh, and then after I did dishes, I saw a video of Freely the Banana Girl. Well, it was on Freely's Frugivore Diet channel on YouTube. But Freely was uh, she was critiquing. I think it's a guy named his channel is Healthy Crazy Cool. Uh, I think it's the one that says freely. It's his video, Healthy Crazy Cool's video, where he says freely controls my diet for the day or tells me what to eat or something like that on the frugivore diet. And one of the things he made was like a nut dressing, and I wanted to try that. I already tried la like about a week ago. I tried making because I'd been eating the only nut I had been eating for a while now has been walnuts because they seem like the best deal where I go because a lot of nuts are expensive. Walnuts are kind of expensive too, but like I'm trying to get nuts that don't have salt on them. So there's no salt on the walnuts that I get. And like I've heard like some nuts are not that good for you. Like I've heard bad things about cashews and peanuts and uh, what was I think maybe almonds too. It's like you hear good things and bad things about some of these nuts. But so about a week ago I processed some walnuts, and I think it was just walnut and water. So and it was kind of like a butter, like peanut butter, but with walnuts instead of peanuts. So it was like a spread, a walnut spread. So I was adding that to my cooked food because before that I had just been adding a quarter cup of just walnuts. So then about a week ago I tried the walnut spread. So that was okay. It was a little different. Um, so since I saw this video, this Freely on her frugivore diet channel, where she was critiquing Healthy Crazy Cool's uh, What I Eat uh, video, where he makes this nut dressing, which looked and sounded good. Um, he used macadamia nuts and I think maybe some salt, but I was trying to stay away from salt. Uh, might add salt in there, I'm not sure. But yeah, macadamia and garlic and water. Now I didn't write down the recipe or anything, so I wasn't sure about the ratio. So I think maybe I got the ratio wrong because it definitely when I did it, it was definitely not the liquidy consistency that it was for him, like a dressing would be for like a salad dressing. Uh, so that's what I wanted. I wanted to have like a salad dressing type consistency, but uh, I guess it was too many nuts and not enough water. So his was a macadamia nut dressing, macadamia with garlic, so macadamia, garlic, and water, and possibly some salt. But for me, like the first thing I did was I went to Hy-Vee grocery store and I was looking at the macadamia nuts they had. It was this little packet of macadamia nuts. It didn't look like enough, and it looked like it cost too much for that amount of nuts too, the macadamias. So I didn't get it. Maybe I'll get it some other time. But I'm just like comparing it to the price. This little packet of macadamias. I don't remember the exact price, but I'm looking at this little packet, and then I'm comparing it to this larger packet of walnuts. And I'm thinking, hmm, this is a lot more than it should be. But I think they didn't have salt on them, so that would have been fine. So I didn't get the macadamia nuts, but that sounded like a good combination. Macadamia, macadamia, garlic, and water. Uh, so I was at first I was thinking, well, I tried the walnut butter. I guess I could try walnut dressing. Uh, so if you want to make a dressing, make sure you have the ratio where you're adding um, a lot more water. I don't know. I guess just look it up. Look up a recipe for it. That would probably be the thing to do. So much more water to make it more liquidy. Well, that makes sense. Uh, So I was thinking of using walnuts at first, but then I was thinking, well, they have this health market section at this grocery store that I used to go to a lot. So I knew they had some nuts back there. I thought I saw raw cashews before, and so that would have been good for a dressing. But I go back there, and the only raw nuts I saw back there, the only nuts I saw that didn't have salt added to them, because I don't want to. I'm avoiding excess salt where I can. So I don't want any nuts that have salt on them. So the only nuts I saw back there that did not have salt on them uh, were Brazil nuts. So I've heard good things about Brazil nuts too. So I got a few of those containers of Brazil nuts, raw Brazil nuts. Uh, so that was my plan. I was gonna make Brazil nut dressing with garlic bulbs, and water. So that was what I did after I did dishes. I made so okay. So I had two small containers. Each container of raw Brazil nuts was 9 ounces a piece. So I put both of those containers in my food processor. So 18 ounces of raw Brazil nuts, and I got I got a small container of it was 2 bulbs of fresh garlic. And when I was opening them up, there were a few cloves, at least 1 or 2 cloves that were like dark. So I've had gross garlic before, so I threw the dark cloves of garlic away. So a little less than 2 bulbs of garlic, fresh garlic. And then I put the water in. First, I put a cup of water in, and because I was trying to go by the where it said the fill line for the liquid fill line on my food processor. So it looked like it was around that. It was kind of hard to see. So it looked like I had the maximum amount of liquid in there with just the 1 cup of water. But then, so I tried processing it. It was just kind of spinning around, and it was not mixing really very well at all because it didn't have enough liquid in there. So I guess I maybe I should have only put 1 container of uh, the Brazil nuts. But I was trying to make up a big batch. So I guess next time maybe I'll put not as much nuts in there. So I ended up I put more water in there, and it was still looked like it was too thick. And and then I put another cup, so I put like 3 cups of water in there. But I think my food processor did not like having that much water in because it was like it made a little bit of a mess. A lot of the liquid was like spilling out. Uh, it didn't make a huge like explosive mess. It was just kind of like it dribbled out like around the bottom and down the side and on the cord. So I was very irritated having to clean that up because there's got these little kind of where the bowl fits on. It's kind of hard to clean it because it's got these angles on there you twist it on. It was I sprayed it with cleaner and then I wiped it off with the dishcloth. It was hard. I couldn't get it perfectly, but I got it the best I could. But so I was irritated with that. But it definitely was not the consistency of dressing, like a liquid salad dressing type thing. This nut dressing. At first, I was thinking, well, it kind of looks like a dip, kind of like a hummus dip. So it might actually be good for that. But then I was thinking, because I kind of stirred it a little bit, or just kind of shook it and looked at it, and I'm thinking, yeah, it does look like hummus a little bit, but it kind of reminds me of egg salad. So it's got like the consistency of egg salad, but it's going to be tasting like Brazil nuts and garlic. So that'll be interesting. I haven't tried it yet. I'll try some of that tomorrow on my uh, hot food, rice and vegetables.